Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for all things beauty, hair, fashion, and lifestyle. It's Lady M here, and in today's video, I am coming to you with a review, some swatches of the new Pat McGrath Huetopian Dream Mothership #9 palette. Yes, I got this a couple weeks ago, and I just finally get a chance to sit down and film. So I'm gonna let you guys know what my thoughts are and everything. But before I dish on that, if you aren't already subscribed, then make sure that you take the time to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you aren't getting notified whenever I upload new videos, then make sure you hit that notification bell as well to become part of the Lady M fam. All right. So let us get into this new review on this Pat McGrath palette, shall we? All right, so let us get into the review, my thoughts on this new Pat McGrath palette. I did use this today to create this eye look, and it's giving me fall vibes, and I love fall. So this would be like a fall look for me because I have that nice plum, that deep plum color going on in my crease, and then this nice, I don't know, like plumish, maroonish kind of color that I have on my lid. And I used like 3 shades from the palette, and they performed amazingly. They blended seamlessly. Oh, and also guys, I did pick up the, ooh, where is it? The new wand thing. Here it is. The IntensifEYES Artistry wand. I also picked that up as well, and I did use that today. And I have to say, this is kind of like that Mefron liquid that Pat McGrath had came out with a while ago. And basically the job of this is just to kind of intensify the shadows a little bit, and especially some of those metallics that she has, or those blitz shades, because they can kind of tend to be a little bit chalky and have a little bit of that fallout. And so this will be the perfect tool to be able to just lock them in and have them not budge while you're putting on your shadows. And I didn't really know how to use this, so I looked it up on her website. And this can be used on top of, below, like before you lay your shadow down, you can put this on, which is what I did. And I did watch a couple videos where I saw people put this on over the shadow. So say for instance, I was gonna do like a halo eye and I wanted to just add like a nice, like, you know, spotlight eye. Then I've seen where people put this down and then they went in and put the shade on top, and it was amazing. So this is what I used. I use this as the base under the shimmer that I have on my lid. Very easy to use. As you can see, it has like the little click top, and then you basically just open it. You kind of want to be careful not to click too much, because then you may end up getting too much product out. And it doesn't have any color or anything to it. It does kind of feel a little tacky when you first put it on, but once it dries, it's smooth, and it really did a good job of blending the colors. This has a shelf life of 6 months, so you just kind of want to remember when you open it up, so that way when the 6 months, you know, come, you can toss it out. Think of this as like a mascara as far as, you know, the shelf life and how long it will work. So I'm gonna demo this actually when I get into my swatches to show you guys how it works. And I probably will try to do it under a shadow and then doing it on top of the shadow as well. All right, so let's get into some of the details about this Mothership palette. It still has the plastic on. I haven't taken that off yet. So this is the Mothership 9 Huetopian Dreams. I don't know where's the, let me get the box. this is the box that it comes in. And like, look, Pat McGrath, I am just here for the packaging. Like, can we take a moment just for the packaging? Look at the headsets. And then do you see the wings on that? Like, I'm here for that, okay? So like when you look at this, you kind of see like this nice, you know, the Utopia, like just all of those kinds of colors, the purples, the pinks, right? And I feel like it translated on into the palette. I'm gonna take a look and show you guys the palette, which I'm sure you guys have seen by now. It's been out for a while and you can kind of see that, you know, I went in. I have went in on the palette. So the palette does retail for $125. It has 10 shades. This palette weighs about about 12.9 grams in the weight. It has a shelf life of 18 months. So as I had explained to you guys before, once you look at the package, you see that little open jar and it tells you like how long the palette is good for. This palette, as well as most of Pat McGrath's palettes, are made in Italy. So you're getting some premium quality eyeshadows. They're soft, they're not crumply, they glide smoothly, they're not dry, just perfect, good formulation is how I would describe the palette. So as I mentioned, we have 10 shades. We have some mattes, we have some metallics, we have some blitz shades, duochrome, and we have a triochrome in this palette as well. So mattes, metallics, luminous shimmers, we have duochrome sparkles, and of course we have the black lacquer packaging. And I can't say anything else, like, you know, Pat McGrath, like nothing really changed with this palette, but y'all. So let us get into the shades and the shade names. I have this card comes with the palette once you open it, and it will have the shade names on there. So I will be looking at that because I don't really know the shades at all. So for my look today, I actually used two of the mattes. I used Shockwave and I used Plum Noir, and then I used Blitz Extreme on my lid. And then in my inner corner, I had Astral Venetian Orchid, and then I kind of topped it a little bit with Nude Ecstasy, and that's kind of what I have on the inner corners. All right, so we're gonna start with the top row, and I'm just going to swatch right here on my arm. So I'm gonna start out with, it says Skin Show Nude Ecstasy, and actually I also kind of use this as a highlight today. So this is just a regular one of those metallic shades. And then we have the first matte shade, which is called Secret Eden. And I honestly thought that this was gonna be like too pale for me and that it wasn't really gonna work. But when I swatched it, look at that swatch. You guys probably can't see the color, but it is literally like the perfect, I would say like transition shade. It does have a little bit of color. I think it's gonna be more like that pinky kind of mauve kind of color, and I love that. This shade here is probably one of my favorites because I am here for a bronze eye, and this one is called Bronze Desire. And it kind of is like bronzy, but a little bit coppery as well. That's kind of what the vibes are giving me from that color. And then I have Bronze Solaris, and this is one of those shades that I think that IntensifEYES will work on, because if you look at my fingers, do you see how chalky that is? So you know that you're gonna get a little bit of fallout. So having that down will kind of help that color as well. So that is that shade right there. And then I'm gonna try and get like one more for the top row. And this one is the Astral Venetian Orchid. And this one, again, is gonna be one of those metallics shade because it's just getting everywhere. And it kind of has like a nice shift to it. So almost, I would say that that probably is one of the triochromes or duochromes that's in the palette. Because do you guys see that shift in the colors? It looks a little green, but it looks so pretty. Again, that one is going to be perfect for the IntensifEYES. Okay, going into the second row, and this one is Plum Noir, and this one is the next matte shade in the palette, and probably one of my favorite shades. I do have this one in the crease, just that nice, almost reminds me of, you remember Aubergine? She had like that shade. I don't know the names of the palettes by heart, but in one of those other palettes, she had a shade called Aubergine, and that's what that reminds me of. And then the next shade here is Cosmic Bloom. So it's like, oh, that's so pretty. Almost like a coral lavender-ish. Like it also is probably like a duochrome because I'm seeing a little bit of shift in the color as I'm like, let me see if I could get it into the light. Do you guys see that? Those two colors look really good together. And then this one is the shade that I used as well. It's called Shockwave. Oh my God, this is like my favorite shade. This and Plum Noir. Look at that. It's like a nice pinky kind of coral shade. Just amazing. See, so I used Shockwave first as my transition, and then I went in with Plum Noir, and then I used this color on my lid, and this one is the Blitz Sex Stream. And if you look at this, you can see the duochrome right here on that color. Has like that maroon color, then it has like a little bit of green. Oh my God. So on that swatch, I literally just saw green. Like, do you guys see it? There's like a little bit of green there. Like just in when you swatch the color and you just kind of play around with it, you see the little green. That is what I have on my lid, and oh my God, amazing. And then the last shade is Astral Amethyst Moon, which is that lavender, which is definitely, I would say, like a utopian type of shade. And it doesn't really even, do you see that? The lavender, like purple, like that's the purple kind of color. I didn't really use that color because I wanted fall vibes. And I feel like those colors don't really give me fall vibes. So I didn't really use that. So I'm just gonna clean up my hands a little bit, and then I'm going to try and use some of the shades with the Astral, with the intensified eyes. I feel like I want to use the shades that kind of have that crumbling effect, so that way you guys will be really able to see how it performs. And I'm gonna do that on my actual, like right here. So I just clicked it down, and then I'm just going to put that down first. So I have that down. I'm trying to remember where I put it. So I have that down. You can kind of see it right there. And then I'm gonna go over it with with Bronze Solaris. And you guys remember that shade, right? Look at that. That is Bronze Solaris. So you see how you don't really see all of that chalkiness, and it just kind of laid the color down smoothly without that chalkiness. And I'm just gonna swatch it next to it so you can kind of see and compare the two. And then what I'm going to do is put it on top of the color. That was just a regular swatch. And then I'm going to go over it with that Venetian Orchid. That's Venetian Orchid right there on my finger. And then I'm just gonna put it on top. And I don't even know if I should have like let that sit for a little bit or something. I don't know, but oh, do you guys see that green shift? I'm gonna put some more on the end there. So that is what it looks like. And if I was to swatch that by itself, you definitely it does not look the same. So those are the swatches with that. So my thoughts, I love this palette. I think that it gives me fall vibes. Like that Plum Noir, oh my God, my favorite color. And Shockwave, next time I'm going to try using, is it called Secret Eden? Yeah, I want to use Secret Eden. Look, I'm cleaning this off and then you can just see the high shine like right there. Oh my God. Yes. So I think this is an amazing palette. Like I said, it blended amazingly for me. I had no problems, no fallout. And I'm here for it. I love it. I'm a Pat McGrath stan, y'all. So she does not disappoint and she delivers with this palette. I'll be sure to create some looks with this palette for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Again, if you aren't already subscribed, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. As well, make sure you turn on your notification bells by hitting that bell below to be notified whenever I upload new videos. All right, guys, thanks for joining me and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.